Today I'm going to talk to you about the Data Workshop Report 1.1, Doing Nothing. This exercise requires that you go to a relatively busy public space. I've had students that have gone to Walmart and Target and different malls. In my online class, I think it will be really interesting to see the diversity of places that people can go, most likely all up and down the eastern Ohio. You are to do absolutely nothing for 10 minutes, and doing nothing actually takes some work. We live in busy lives, and we're being forced to take a beginner's mind. And by taking a beginner's mind, you have to really observe things as you have not before. And by doing nothing, that will force you into that observation. The social experiment will require that you do not respond to people, do not engage with people. You can avoid eye contact. Sometimes that's easier. You can look at people. That's up to you. However, you are not to engage in any type of verbal or physical interaction. By doing this, you may place yourself at risk, and it is important that this is a 10-minute minor sociology assignment. So please do not put yourself at risk for any type of safety or criminal charges. And I say that and I kind of giggle a little, but it is unusual for somebody to stand and do nothing for 10 minutes, and you'll notice that people will respond to you different than they normally respond to you. Be aware of how you're dressed. If you want to dress differently than you normally dress, you may. And really be observant to how people respond to you as a body, as a being, and demographic characteristics, age, race, gender, sex, all these things can come into play. But again, do nothing for 10 minutes in a relatively public sphere. Immediately after your experience, and even while you may still be on the location, write down and fill out the data collection. So you're going to write down the observations that you made according to that worksheet that is provided for Data Worksheet 1.1. After you return home, you're going to use that data collection sheet to write responses to each questions. Essentially, you're just going to type it up, and you're going to type it up in Blackboard or in a Word document that you'll later use to submit. And be sure to describe other people's reaction to you and your thoughts in as much detail as possible. And here are the questions that are on the workshop assignment itself. Where did you conduct the experiment? How did the location affect your experience? At what time of day did you conduct your experiment? And these are all things you need to consider, even when you're going to actually do the experiment itself. How did your appearance as an individual impact your experiment? For example, did your gender, race, ethnicity, age, dress, hairstyle, did any of these impact how you believe other people were responding? Did anyone react to you? What did they look like, and what was their reaction? How did you feel while you were conducting the experiment? Was it difficult for you to do nothing? How did this experiment differ from your life as an everyday actor? And it gives some thought. The evaluation criteria, I'll go over here in the next slide. So it's important that you are reflective in those questions. You'll submit your assignment via Blackboard in the Chapter 2 content folder. Be sure to cut and paste your answers into the content folder and to attach a doc file or a PDF file. And I do ask that you do both. You paste and you attach, just in the case that one form of submission doesn't work. If the file is unable to be read and the content is not in the window, a 0 will be given. And so this is really important to have, really have protected ourselves and to save me from having to track down the assignment. So which assignments are due when they're at the date that they are said they are due, and also they must be pasted and attached. My goal is to have these graded within 1 week of the submission. And here's the evaluation criteria. And you can see that really you'll be evaluated on 3 areas: the content and organization, reflection, data collection, mechanics, and clarity. You have to make sure that you're addressing all components of the assignment, answering all of the questions, applying appropriate sociological concepts and theories, and be sure to look at the chapter that's associated with the data workshops. You'll be able to find material that you can pull in relatively easily. Show a continuous progression of ideas, tell a complete story, and well-documented and organized, applies intellectual standards to the report. As far as the reflection, I'm looking for you to be able to reflect upon the assignment and to see the connections between the course material, the media, the textbook, the lectures, the things that we're talking about, and everyday life. As for the data collection, I need to have enough evidence that you did do the assignment. You need to write in a clear, concise manner, formatted, edited, edit your work before you submit, free of grammatical and spelling errors. And I really look forward to these assignments. I hope that you enjoy doing the workshops as much as I enjoy having them as part of the course.